let's talk about Dre Greenlaw for a second, because this might be the biggest loss of the offseason. I mean, they can replace Leonard Floyd or Malik Collins, but I don't know exactly how they replace Dre Greenlaw. Clearly they draft someone, but what I liked about Greenlaw is he was an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, he was an asshole. Fred Warner is not. And Fred Warner's great,
kind of an
I
asshole.
think they really complemented each other really well. You want that one dude on your defense who's constantly a little over the line. You got to rein him in a little bit, hits a little too hard. I think that this team needed that, and it's going to be hard to replace that. So is there someone in the draft you guys like who could be that the designated asshole on the 49ers defense?
You don't think that's D Winters? You don't think
D Winters is kind of an asshole?
He's a good athlete, but I haven't necessarily seen that deep down intrinsic asshole nature that I'm looking for.
So we play the Eagles and he takes on Dom on the sideline. That's what you're looking for?
Oh yeah, dude, that was who else would do that? Only Dre.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I think it's either D Winters. I also Grant, I don't know if you know a guy, Teddy Buchanan from Cal. I like him a lot. He's great at tackling, good movement in space. I like him. I mean, that's kind of the only linebacker that I really like in this upcoming draft. I think it's because I've seen so much like videos and posts about him. I don't really know if he's like a Dre Greenlaw. He's a great tackler, which Dre Greenlaw was a great tackler. And he had like 8 interceptions, 5 forced fumbles. So I think Teddy Buchanan's a guy that I like. Otherwise, it's either D Winters or Teddy Buchanan for me right now. That's who I'd like.
You know who I
or
like?
Jalen Walker.
You know who I like? Who I would think would fit well with with Fred, and I think he plays like Dre and how Fred plays as well, where they just fly at the ball and is a good rusher, like a good blitzer.
Yeah.
Eugene Asante from Auburn.
Give me Teddy.
I like that you guys got some names for me. I want to go back to Greenlaw for a second. They might really regret that one, because he showed in that game against the Rams that he's still got.
Okay, but Grant, they might regret it if he's healthy. If he's what he was in that Rams game,
right.
And then
the question is like, can he stay healthy for more than a game? We don't know. But when he's healthy, he's still Dre Greenlaw. It's not 100%. Like he's not as quick as he used to be, or he's not as explosive or as violent. He's still Dre Greenlaw. So that has a potential. And I think when Dre Greenlaw is Dre Greenlaw, he's as good as anyone on the Niners. I mean, in 2023, when they had the team of teams, 9 players in the top 100, I don't even know if he was one of them. They wouldn't have made it out of the first round without his 2 interceptions on Jordan Love. They would not. He was the MVP of that game. And then if he had stayed healthy in the Super Bowl, maybe they win that game.
And Grant, everyone called me crazy when I said Dre Greenlaw was the heart of our defense. Without him, our defense is nothing. They're like, oh, well, we have
the defense says he's the heart of the defense.
Exactly.
And what's annoying to me is like he leaves and Fred Warner puts out this whole heartfelt thing. Like, this is my brother. And it's really sad to see him go, but I know he's going to do great, but I wish we still had him. Man, where was Kittle saying that? Juszczyk, McCaffrey. Why does it feel like there's factions on this team? Juszczyk gets cut and freaking Kittle puts all kind of stuff on social media. Eric Sobert leaves and Kittle's like, oh man, I'm going to love you. Greenlaw leaves and his crickets. Dude, this guy was so important to this. Both Super Bowl runs. They wouldn't have been the number 1 seed in 2019 if he hadn't made that incredible tackle at the 1-yard line week 17 against Seattle. Like,
Seattle,
one of the all-time great Niners, Dre Greenlaw.
Yeah, that was unreal.
I
just think it's different. Like all of the players you mentioned are offensive side of the ball. Like Fred and Dre's connection was really unmatched, and I don't know if Dre was really that close to any other Niners. Like realistically,
possible.
Like maybe Huff or maybe Ward. You know. Maybe some of the defensive guys, maybe Bosa even though, I mean, Bosa's kind of weird when it comes to like conversations and stuff. But it's like Fred was the guy, right? Fred was the guy. He's always been the guy. But he taught Dre a lot. Dre came in like just what was he, a 3rd, 4th round pick out of Arkansas, I think it was, right? Like he wasn't really like supposed to be Dre Greenlaw. Like he was a good player in college, but it's not like he was meant to be this. And I feel like they kind of grew together, and even Fred coming out of BYU, like Fred wasn't supposed to be an all-pro linebacker, like no. And they both kind of became that together over time, and I feel like that's why they have the connection that's kind of unparalleled to anybody else.
Here's my read on the locker room dynamics. I could be wrong. I feel like there's a couple factions on the team, and it's essentially offense and defense.
Like little clicks.
There's also some independent contractors on the team, like Bosa and Trent Williams. I feel like they're kind of essentially like they're Niners and not like Trent Williams, dude. Trent Williams. The things they have to do to get interested to play football, like you don't ever have to practice, you don't have to come to training camp, you can have 3 lockers, you do whatever you want, Trent. Anyway, so there's the independent contractors who are above the rules, and then there's the offense, Purdy, McKivitz, McCaffrey, Kittle, Juszczyk, those guys. And then there's the defense, Warner, Greenlaw. But it seems like the Niners put a lot more effort and resources into keeping together that core on offense. And on defense, it's just like, well, we got Warner and Bosa, so we're good.
And
I don't know, I feel like if I were Warner, I'd be pissed that they didn't bring back Greenlaw. Like, you brought back Juszczyk because Kittle wanted him. I wanted freaking Greenlaw. Nothing against D. Winters, but I wanted Greenlaw and you didn't bring him back. And I'm mad. That's how I'd feel.
Yeah. I'm going to miss Greenlaw.
They better draft someone pretty high. They better get someone good.
The problem is if they would have just won a Super Bowl, nothing would matter.
No, all this pain would have been, bro. All these guys could have went out and be like, oh, whatever, we won, but we didn't. Frickin'.
It's like the worst part is they didn't win, and then they like 90% of them turned to divas and wanted to get paid, and they're still divas to this day. By the way,
can we even if they got that's paid. Not a diva? I just want George Kittle's not a diva. Purdy, hopefully he's not a diva. I don't know. George Kittle's not a diva. Grant, he's not a diva. George Kittle's so nice, man. He's a great guy.
He is. I like George Kittle a lot.
Yeah,
but like
I'm saying, like you could just tell Ayuk's a little bit of an asshole. Like, I don't know. That's just me. From interviews, from his Instagram posts, he's not even speaking English in his captions. Like, I don't know.
Can we just say too? Shout out Demo for taking that contract, because that is looking like an absolute steal already, and the season hasn't even started. There's still more contracts to be handed out, but that is going to be a steal. And that is going to be a steal.
He's a hell of a player.